All right, you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Count 2 of possession, but she had a lot of drugs with her.
No.
So here's the thing. When I say that I'm going to retain jurisdiction, what that means is they're going to take you to prison. If you're following the rules at the prison.
All right, pause right here. This is already a huge red flag. Admitting meth use before sentencing is one of the worst possible moves in a courtroom. Judges don't just hear addiction here. They hear risk, accountability, and public safety. Question for you, should honesty help someone in court, or can it sometimes hurt them even more?
Are we here for sentencing?
I believe so, Judge. We had reset it for a couple of weeks for sentencing only. I didn't know if that meant there would be a TAP evaluation or not, but apparently not. So,
well, on this case, it would be, I think you all, both parties agreed to provide the court with a ICTC.
oh, well, I guess that would be the state, because I certainly don't have access to that.
Yeah. Because I believe that the state is silent.
Correct. If I'm not mistaken, Judge, your history is some misdemeanors. Sure. We want to get complaints.
All right. Court is calling 2024 CR 5145, State of Texas versus Missy Anna Torres. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Robert Behrens for Miss Torres.
And are you Miss Torres?
Yes.
All right, you need to speak up so the court reporter can hear. All right, we're here for sentencing today. According to the plea bargain agreement, she pled no contest to count 2 of the indictment. She applied for deferred adjudication. The state is proceeding only on count 2 according to the plea bargain agreement. Punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison, and the state is silent on defendant's application. The court requested.
Quick legal breakdown. Deferred adjudication is basically a second chance. No final conviction, if you follow strict rules. But here's the catch. The judge has total discretion. And when drugs, kids, and credibility collide, that second chance can disappear fast.
That the defendant's criminal history be provided to the court. There were no objections to the court receiving that from the state. Is that correct?
Correct.
And any objections to the court reviewing that?
No, Judge, of course not.
Right. Thank you, state. All right, the state is silent. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, of course, Ms. Torres is hoping you'll grant her application for deferred. She's in self-employed cleaning houses. She has several customers that rely on her. She has a few kids. She's just asking for the court to maybe direct her to some outpatient treatment because she believes she needs some help with this problem. And other than that, again, she's just hoping you'll grant her application.
All right, you want to raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Missy Torres, Missy Ann Torres.
All right, so you're going to get drug tested today. What are the results going to be?
They will come back positive.
Positive for what?
Methamphetamine.
This is the moment the courtroom energy changes. Admitting you'll test positive on sentencing day? That's not bravery, that's devastating. At this point, the judge isn't just thinking about punishment, they're thinking about those kids.
All right, so how often are you using meth?
I only do it when I'm under stress, and I could get denied for adjudication, so
I'm sorry, what?
I could get denied the application, so I just do it when I'm under stress. So I know I have a problem, and I don't do it like around my children. I don't do it, every day. It's just, when I'm under stress and I was, really scared. So, and really under stress. So I don't do it when I go to work. I don't do it, every day, like I said.
All right, so how many children do you have?
I have 3.
What are their ages?
11, 8, and 5.
And where are they now?
2 of them are with their dad, and 1 is with my grandma.
All right. With your grandmother. So their great grandmother?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, do you help take care of your children?
Yes.
How
I-
often?
I see them every other weekend and, I don't pay child support, but I pay them. My exes and, I have my daughter. My daughter is, with me.
No, you just said your daughter is with the
Yeah,
great
but I
grandmother.
live with my grandmother. This was it.
All right.
So I help take care of, she
All right.
helps me take care of her.
Okay. So one, I don't think it's appropriate for you to be cleaning houses
Okay.
because of the nature of this offense. And two, I don't think it's appropriate for you right now to be taking care of your children.
That's why I'm asking for help, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, what?
That's why I was asking for help, Your Honor. That's why.
All right, your help is not going to be outpatient treatment if I grant this application for deferred adjudication. So you're going into custody today.
Okay.
All right. So it's just a matter of what I'm going to do with you. I will tell you the court's issue, and if you want to address this, I know the state is proceeding on count 2 of possession, but she had a lot of drugs with her.
No,
So I don't understand if you're working homes, then why do you have a scale with you? Because that's, according to this, you had drugs, you had a scale in your purse, and there were baggies totaling 32.0 grams.
And here's where intent becomes everything. A scale, baggies, and over 27 grams? That's not how personal use usually looks in court. Even if she wasn't selling, the evidence screams distribution, and judges are trained to read patterns, not excuses.
well, Your Honor, I was a heavy user back then, and it was.
Oh, you're not, I tell you what, I don't think, and if I'm wrong, correct me, I don't think you were using 32 grams of meth.
It was, only 28.
No, you have meth here for 4.964 grams, and you also have meth for 27.459 grams. And what you pled to in count 2 was a possession 4 to 200 grams. So this is not a possession 1 to 4. So we're talking about 27 grams. And according to the stipulations, that what was found in your bag, it says, I searched her bag and inside a Paris Hilton makeup bag box were baggies, a scale, and crystal-like substance inside a cut vacuum sealed bag. That's from your Paris Hilton makeup bag.
So what I had, the meth was it was double bagged in a sandwich bag. So yes, ma'am, I know it was 20, but it's because that was my personal. I didn't have any other. And last time I went, they tried to only give me which was 14 grams. So I had to.
No, what I'm telling you is, they said the baggie found in Robert's pocket tested positive for meth and had a field weight of 6.12 grams.
That wasn't mine.
No. I'm not saying that was yours. So the 6.12 grams that were found in his pocket, they're saying that was his. It was in his pocket. But the baggie, which was found in Missy's purse, tested positive for meth and had a field weight of 32.09 grams. Now, mind you, what they do in the field, I already know that testing drugs in the field are not legal for court. So I'm not considering the weight and what they said in the field. I'm considering what has been given to me for laboratory reports. So this was the professionals testing it, not a presumptive. And it says 27.459 grams was the net weight of the meth that you had in your Paris Hilton bag.
Yes, Your Honor. And I will say that within 2 to 3 days. So I was a heavy user, and like I said, they tried to give me half of that the last time, and right now it's going for 250. So if I'm paying 250, I wanted the whole thing. I wanted to make sure. I'm just being honest, and I'm sorry. Excuse me for being.
No, I want you to be honest, and I want you to be transparent.
I'm sorry for being transparent, but it's something that I feel like I worked for my money, and I didn't want just to get gypped again. I can promise you I didn't sell anything. It was because I've been gypped many times. So I did get it. Now it was double bagged because I don't know, that's the way they gave it to me. I can't, and it is my mistake, and I'm taking full responsibility. but I wasn't selling drugs. I wouldn't, I guess I have a job. And I only, back then I was, you know, a heavy user where I would just do it before work, after work, and I didn't have my children in my life. Now I do have my children back in my life and I'm trying to be a good mom. So I thank you for, you know, giving me an inpatient program.
Well, no. I'm not saying I'm going to give you
Oh, no, I'm
inpatient.
sorry.
What I'm saying is that you're not walking out of this courtroom today. Either you're going to be going to prison or either you're going to be going to inpatient treatment. So it's very important that you be 100% honest with me because I'm telling you, the state proceeded on a possession, but the amount of drugs you had and the way they were packaged.
This is the no-return moment. Prison or inpatient treatment. Those are the only doors left open. The judge is testing one thing now: credibility. Do you believe her explanation, or does addiction finally outweigh sympathy?
That's concerning for the court. So you're saying that you just bought a bunch of meth and you were saving it up for use?
So I would use within 2 to 3 days, that was all my personal. Like I said, they tried to sell me half of that one time and I went back to the same person, but I said, I'm gonna wait. I'm an addict. I'm sorry.
You travel with your own scale.
Well, at the time I did, because like I said, I've been gypped and when you're an addict, that's all you think of, just how to get, you know, make sure you're getting what you need. And honestly, I can see where I made my mistake, but I'm being honest with you. It was my skeleton measure. So my personal, that's it. And I don't know if Robert would tell you that was my personal as well. Like, I mean, I don't want to call him or anything you can if you want to, but he would tell you that's what I used to pick
Oh, no, I'm not going to be calling Robert because Robert probably has a case of his own.
Right. But I'm saying Robert can tell you too, within 3 days, maybe 2 to 3 days, really, it would have been gone and I would have been back doing it again and again. Now I don't. It was kind of like a stress thing. And
where did you get your drugs to use today before you came to court?
Just an old friend. I hadn't talked to him since, you know, and it was on Saturday when I knew it was, you know, coming, and I guess I felt, you know, under pressure.
Good. If I'd like to say something, I think the fact that she would actually go out and do the same drugs that she's about to get sentenced for in a couple of days, I think really speaks to the fact that she has a serious addiction problem that I think only rehab can treat. And if you decide that's ISF or SATF or SAFE, we understand that, but I think she really needs treatment.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is there anything else for me to say? All right. This is what the court is going to do. I see that she hasn't been to prison before. I'm going to find her guilty, sentence her to 6 years in the prison, the therapeutic community. There's to be no contact with Robert Marble. Give her credit for any time served, and I'll retain jurisdiction.
Okay.
All right. And you can explain to her what that means. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. I'll tell them. So here's the thing. When I say that I'm going to retain jurisdiction, what that means is they're going to take you to prison. If you're following the rules at the prison, if you're working on yourself, because they have programs at the prison, your attorney can file a motion. It's called shock probation. Back when I was growing up, they would have scared straight programs. So shock probation is sort of a scared straight program. So hopefully when you go to prison, you will clear your mind.
Yes.
The drug use or the addiction that you have, the craving that you have will be lifted. And if you are doing what you're supposed to do at the prison, if there are no bad reports at the prison, when your attorney comes.
Shock probation is the court's last pressure point. Scare someone straight, then reassess. 6 months to prove change. So here's the real question. Does jail actually help addiction? Or is this just the system buying time?
Back for a request for shock probation, I will strongly consider it. So while you're at the prison, you have 180 days. That's when he needs to bring it back before me before that time period. So you're going to do 6 months. And if you are doing well, if there are no write-ups against you, then the court will strongly consider giving you probation. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So, well, I mean, these are going to be choices that you make. It's going to be completely up to you whether or not I strongly consider giving you probation. Your attorney will explain it to you further, but any programs that they have at the prison, like the therapeutic community, to address your issue, you need to take it. I know they have parenting classes at the jail. I don't know how long the transfer will be, but you need to take advantage of that. When you see people come before me and they've gone to anger management class, they've done parenting classes, they've availed themselves of everything at the jail and everything at the prison, that is what you need to do. You need to immediately sign up for it. If for some reason there's overcrowding and they don't give it to you, it would be better for you to have signed up for it than to just throw up your hands and say, I'm not trying. Do you understand?
Yes.
And next time, if you have a case before any judge, don't use before coming to court. You understand? But I do appreciate your honesty, but you're going to have to get your life in order. Otherwise, children is going to be without their mom. You understand? All right. Good luck to you. You're welcome.
Thank you.